Waking this morning, breaking news as a passenger plane collided with a military helicopter in midair over Washington, D.C. Both aircraft then plummeted into the Potomac River.
All right, there is a search and rescue operation going on, but right now we're hearing it's not a rescue operation. Everyone is feared dead. Robert Moses joining us with the very latest. What's going on?
Yeah, Rosanna and Kurt, a tough update from first responders and from politicians at Reagan National Airport this morning. First of all, I want to show you this image. Around 4:45 this morning, we watched as first responders saluted the flag-draped body of a service member as it was loaded into an ambulance. As we suspected from very early on, there are no survivors. EarthCam shows the moment last night, just before 8:48 to be exact, when American Eagle Flight 5342, operated by PSA Airlines from Wichita, Kansas, on approach to the airport with 60 passengers and 4 crew members aboard, collided with a U.S. Army Sikorsky Black Hawk helicopter on a training mission with 3 soldiers on board. This happened about 3 miles south of the White House and Capitol. 300 first responders descended on the scene. The rescue operation began in the dark, frigid waters of the Potomac, but yes, as we learned just a couple minutes ago, this is no longer a rescue operation, but now a recovery operation.
We are now at a point where we are switching from a rescue operation to a recovery operation. At this point, we don't believe there are any survivors from this accident, and we have recovered 27 people from the plane and 1 from the helicopter.
We are learning about some of the people who were aboard the American Airlines flight. According to the Kremlin, there were 2 former world champion Russian figure skaters, Evgenia Shishkova and Vadim Naumov, who were married. You see them there. They were on the plane. This, again, according to the Kremlin. Also, U.S. figure skating confirms that, quote, several members of its community, including athletes, coaches, and family members, were coming home from a camp held in conjunction with the U.S. Figure Skating Championships in Wichita, which ended on Sunday. We also just heard from the CEO of American Airlines. He says at this point, the cause of the crash is still not known.
They collided with a military aircraft on an otherwise normal approach. And at this time, we don't know why the military aircraft came into the path of the PSA aircraft.
And while this investigation is in its infancy, President Donald Trump said on Truth Social that it looks like the crash, quote, should have been prevented. He called this a terrible night. Currently, Reagan National Airport is still currently closed to all arriving and departing flights. We're told that those flights are scheduled to resume at 11 o'clock this morning, so a little less than 3 hours from now. Reagan is supposed to be back up and running for all arriving and departing flights. But again, the sad update, as we suspected, this has now transitioned from a rescue operation to a recovery operation. So far, a total of 28 bodies have been recovered, 27 from that American Airlines flight and 1 from the helicopter. Kurt and Rosanna, if we learn anything more in the next hour, we'll pass it on.
Yes.